What's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video we're diving back into some PKA at level 100 plus with two particular teams that do not, yes I repeat, do not use Kid Law as a friend captain, nor do they use any of the new batch. So for you guys that are struggling, you might have struggled to pull Gear 5, Momo, the Gear 5 Momo batch, those types of characters. These particular teams are actually going to help you guys out. So that way you can actually get your hands on the level 150 rewards. There's a bunch of different variations. I'm going to quickly run through some variations of the team before we dive in. And then I'm going to sort of showcase the run. So if you enjoyed the video, bolt the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you guys need help with some substitutes, let me know in the comment section below. I will do my best, as always, to get back to you guys with some ideas. And if you guys have any other ideas, don't be afraid to comment them down below. But with that said, let's dive into PKA level 100. The first team of the video looks a little bit like this. Now, this particular team uses a Gear 5 friend captain. It does use the young Sabo support, though, and I do think this support is probably going to hinder a lot of people when it comes to actually utilizing this particular team. However, if you guys have Momo, you can actually bring Momonosuke as your captain instead of Luffy. Because we are bringing Gear 5 as our friend captain, we have the Luffy requirements, and then on Momo, you can actually run this particular Raizo that gives you 2 turns of special bind removal, and then you can actually run Brook, the Kazuna Rare recruit, on Sanji. Something like this will work absolutely fine. If you guys don't have Brook, you also have options like the Koyashiro support, this particular Koyashiro support right here. You also have the option of Otoko, this particular Otoko as well. No, she removes threshold. Never mind. I take that back. I just don't listen to that last part. But these particular units are going to be very, very good at helping out getting around the defense up or the special bind. However, if you have Gear 5 Luffy yourself, you can actually bring Gear 5 Luffy as your captain and then bring a friend captain free-to-play Luffy. Now, just be mindful, the free-to-play Luffy does need to be level in rank 5 for this team to work the way that it does. I don't think it's essential by all means, but I definitely would prioritize that. But if you have Gear 5 yourself and you don't have the ace support, you can actually use this Bonnie. This Bonnie support will remove 2 turns of special bind just on Gear 5, and then you'll need the defense up removal of either Brook on Sanji or the Koyashiro support on Zoro, so then that way you can actually get around some defense up there. So this particular setup will work absolutely fine as well. However, the other particular setup is the one that we're going to be running today. If you guys want to try as well, you could actually bring, say you have Koyashiro, you could actually try and bring Denjiro here as well. Denjiro is another boosted unit, but he's from the Gear 5 batch. So if you guys have Denjiro, that could also work. However, you might be pushing it a little bit for damage on stage 3 without Sanji double special activation. However, if you don't have Komurasaki, you can actually replace Komurasaki with the Otama from this particular PKA. This particular Otama can remove 5 turns of special bind, but if you are doing something like Otama, you will want to bring a chain booster. So if you have the support of Doflamingo, you could use him for a chain booster on Zoro. Again, you could use Koyashiro, this particular unit here, to give you a 0.7 chain boost. Or, I believe Yamato has a chain booster as well. I just, off the top of my head, don't know who it is. I believe it's probably one of those other samurai, but I probably wouldn't rely on that. So you do have the option here of utilizing Otama, but if you do use Otama, you really need to make sure that you have a chain booster of some type on the team. The second team looks a little bit like this. It does use Denjiro and Komurasaki with our own Gear 5. This particular team works absolutely fine if you don't have Sabo. You could easily run that Bonnie support like I mentioned. You have access to both of them. Because Gear 5 is our leader. This particular team does use a Momo friend captain, and it actually makes it very easy. Both teams are completely boosted as well, so you can actually get some pretty good gains with these teams as well. They should clear level 150 fairly nicely, as the damage does seem very nice, but as we get closer to 150, I'll definitely try them out. However, just at this particular point in time, they'll definitely get you above 100, so if you're struggling to do you're struggling to find Kid Law friend captains, these particular teams should work. Something to notice too, you do want your Yamato Limit Break expanded, and you also want to have your Zoro at level Limit Break 5. You definitely want to have Zoro at level Limit Break 5. Now that I'm actually just thinking about it, with the previous team, you definitely want Sanji over Denjiro. That way you're actually getting access to the Super EX. This particular team has it nicely because we're using Momo as a friend captain. But if you guys are running the free-to-play Luffy as your friend captain, you definitely want to use Sanji on this particular team. So then that way you get access to the Super EX. Sanji having double special activation is very, very handy. Where is this Sanji? I can never find him. There he is. This Sanji having double special activation is very, very handy for stage 3 as well. But if you are running a Momo friend captain, like, you are going to be absolutely fine there. But with that said, let's dive into the runs. Take a look at the teams. Alright, so the first team, like I said, is led by the free-to-play Luffy with a Gear 5 friend captain. We are using the Sabo support, but remember, you can flip them if you don't have Sabo and you have Gear 5. You can definitely flip these units and then use Bonnie. It's definitely something you guys can do. However, we're running it more free-to-play friendly. So that was the team, those supports. Let's dive in. Remember, you can obviously use Otama as well over Como, but if you do that, you want to use a support on Zoro that can give you a chain boost. That is very, very important because at the final stage, you need to be above a 2x chain multiplier. But moving on to the actual run now, we are going to basically just make our way through the first 2 stages of mobs with the double Luffy captain. Both Luffys are buffing Sai heavily, and they both have a very interesting super type that sort of like mirrors each other. Gear 5 is basically... Gear 5 seems just to be a stronger version of this particular Luffy, and the hybrid capabilities of the two is actually really nice. On stage 3, you come up against Page 1 and Ulti. They give you 6 turns of Despair after sockets, have 6 turns of Resilience. With the free-to-play Yamato, the Treasure Map one, she basically just covers you here. She helps out so much at removing all of those effects. Plus, she gives you resistance for Sai, and she gives you a carryover buff too, which means that you can actually get additional damage on the next stage against Big Mom. I'm not sure if Sanji's special is needed there, but he has double special. You may as well use it. It helps out with damage there a great deal, and then we can use him again on the final stage. On the final stage against Big Mom, she put... Oh, sorry, the second last stage. She puts up 6 turns of damage reduction. This is where we're going to activate the Super EX of Gear 5. Now, basically, any damage reduction effect that does not include defense up is going to just not be... just not going to be effective. We're going to use the Luffy special here because we get a 3-turn attack boost. And then literally, you can just one-tap here. Like, it's... You have so much damage here. You just one-tap with any of your side characters, and you will kill, which is actually wild. On the final stage against Big Mom and 2 of her lackeys, the 2 lackeys put up damage reduction in Threshold for 4 turns, but when they die, that actually goes away. But for us, it doesn't matter because we're running Gear 5. But then Big Mom, she puts up 7 turns of defense up. Now, that defense up does matter. It does matter. They also give us Special Bind on our captains for 7 turns. So having the Sabo support will bring the defense down to 5, and will also bring the Special Bind down to 5 as well. So that way, Como can actually remove with her double special activation. Zoro can remove the defense up. He can also remove the threshold, funny enough. Sanji is going to give us a chain boundary to get around the attack down when you blow a 2x chain. Make sure to use Gear 5 before you use Zoro. Finish it off with the super type of Luffy, and then that way you can just easily kill here. Big Mom locks onto herself, so that way you just can't take out the lackeys and there's normal attacks only, so that's why they really want you to use Kid Law in this final stage. But as you guys will see here, like, there's so much damage on Big Mom. Like, so much goddamn damage. And it's an absolute wrap. So that was the free-to-play Luffy and Gear 5 team. Let's move on to the Gear 5 team now. That utilizes Momo as a friend captain. Once again, we're using the Sabo support. However, like I said, you can actually utilize the Bonnie support if you don't have Kid Sabo. Utilizing Bonnie on Luffy is going to give him 2 turns of special bind removal, but you will then need to use the Koyoshiro, the Zoro's Grandmaster support on Zoro to remove more defense up. Otherwise, you will be stuck with 1 turn of defense up. I believe you could probably use the Cat Viper support on Komurasaki or Denjiro. I think that they'll go on those units, so then when you start the chain, you can actually tap and remove 1 turn of defense up. I'll have to triple check that, but if you can, then you will... Yeah, you actually can. You can use the... Oh no, it's not Cat Viper, it's Dogstorm. It's Dogstorm, isn't it? Yeah, you can use the Dogstorm support. The treasure map Dogstorm, that's another really, really good option to actually remove defense up. You just have to tap with Komurasaki first. So if you guys aren't... If you're missing the... what's it called? The Koyoshiro support, you just need to remove one more turn of defense up thanks to Gear 5 as well. So on the page 1 ulti stage, we're going to use the Yamato special again. Yamato limit break expanded is very, very key here because you need her to remove the hunger that gets inflicted on stage 4 as well. She just completely removes the hunger, which is awesome. It works out quite nicely there. And you can just kind of move on to the final stage. We are going to utilize our Momo special here. Momo can remove the damage reduction, but where his main use here is to actually remove, is to get a Wano slot. That's pretty much the only reason he's like utilizing his special here. You can use his super type as well in the previous turn like I did, and it just makes it very, very easy. On the final stage against Big Mom, basically we're going to use our Gear 5 special after using Komurasaki's double special activation. Komurasaki's double special activation is very handy, but if you don't have her double special, remember you can use the Otama that you literally get from farming this event. The drops aren't as good, but look, it's under one. Well, actually, I think Komurasaki's one guaranteed drop, so that's what makes her so valuable. And then those Denjiro is as well. But with the combination of Denjiro and Komurasaki, you give yourself a massive chain boost. You also get a conditional against defense down, but we're not setting defense low anyway. Remember to use Gear 5 before you use Zoro. Otherwise, you'll end up with Zoro's Orb Boost. Gear 5 is going to give you a Color Affinity Boost on top of his Orb Boost too. And then Zoro can just remove that last 4 turns of defense up. Remember, if you are missing the Sabo support, use Bonnie. And then you can use something like Dog Storm on Komurasaki. The Koyoshiro support on Zoro, or if you are running the free-to-play Sanji, you can use something like Konus or Brook there as well. But that's going to wrap up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Level 150, well, hopefully 150, definitely 100 plus, without using Kid Law is very possible and very easy this particular PKA. But if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace!